Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Our top story, the Suncoast remembers and honors those who have put their lives on the line for their country.
Parade spectators and participants filled the streets in Sarasota and Manatee counties on this Veterans Day. ABC 7's Rick Adams brings us all the highlights.
Well, everybody loves a good parade, and this is a great one here in Sarasota. We're remembering all those who fought for our country. Thousands of folks were showing off their patriotic spirit in the streets of downtown Sarasota and Palmetto here on this Veterans Day.
This is more about the guys that didn't make it back. This is a Veterans Day. This helps me remember how and why I got my freedom.
Woody Brewer served in the Navy for 21 years. He tells us he's thrilled to be a spectator at this year's Sarasota parade.
Some parades I ride in, some parades I watch. I like to watch more though.
The atmosphere was festive and filled with a lot of pomp and circumstance. It brought out large crowds, including Lee Anza and her 3-year-old son. She says many people in her family have served or are currently serving.
Very, very important. I mean, these people go out every day risking their lives for us, so we're safe. And it's just nice to show our support.
In Manatee County, the parade started at the fairgrounds in Palmetto and ended up at Sutton Park. Congressman Vern Buchanan was one of the dignitaries showing his support.
We need to do more for our veterans. We do spend $200 billion a year, but we got to make sure those dollars work in a better way for our veterans.
People from all over Manatee County lined the streets to show their appreciation for the sacrifices veterans have made.
We just need to honor them more and show them a lot of respect that they haven't got.
Army veteran Gil Ruderman has extra reason to be proud. He is Manatee County's Veteran of the Year.
We did our job, and we are proud of what we've accomplished.
12-year-old Bradenton Boy Scout Alex was enjoying every moment of the Sarasota parade. His day includes a lot more than just sitting and watching the parade.
I'm going to be doing some Veterans Day service later today, so I want to see the parade before I do, though.
Well, the colors of the day are red, white, and blue. These festivities ended at 5 Points Park with a special ceremony. Reporting from downtown Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Rick. New at 5, one Florida university is near the top of the list for those who have served in the armed forces. The Military Time magazine has named the University of South Florida as one of the best 4-year colleges in the United States for veterans. The school ranks number 2 on the list. The magazine says USF student veterans are among the highest in success from the military transition into college. About 1,600 students are vets. Last year, Money magazine named USF the number 1 college in the country for veterans. But this magazine, the Military Times, says the number 1 school for vets is the University of Nebraska at Omaha.
Sarasota High School students decorating the entire campus for Veterans Day. The stars and stripes hallways featuring red, white, and blue. American flags hung from nearly every balcony on the campus. Smaller flags decorated the front lawn of the school as well. They really got into the spirit of the day. That's neat.
That is really neat. And the weather worked out perfectly.
It was perfect day for all of these events. Steve Newman is in tonight for Bob. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Scott. I know you went to Riverview. I went to Sarasota High, and I love that 1960s building. It's very nostalgic for me, having walked those halls many times. Well, we have all the ingredients in the atmosphere to produce a great weekend. All that's left is for you to get outside and enjoy it. We have gentle northerly variable winds, maybe some high clouds from time to time, but a lot of sun, no rain, and temperatures are going to be wonderful, close to 80 degrees over the area. Right now, there is not a drop of rain falling anywhere in Florida or along the Sun Coast. 76 at the airport. Look at this, dew point 54, humidity 46%, west-northwest winds at 10, barometer 3003. And across our viewing area, temperatures pretty much in the mid-70s, a few upper 70s in inland areas, and our forecast overnight temperatures cooling off through the 60s to a low of about 57 to 59 at dawn. I'll have the complete weather forecast at full weekend outlook coming up in just a few minutes. Scott, Haley.
Thank you, Steve. Impact fees in Manatee County could be rising. Fees on new development are expected to increase to the highest level allowed by April of next year. For example, impact fees on new homes would mean a $1,600 fee to build it. The county commission approved the increase to take effect this week. It will be the first adjustment in nearly a decade. The funds will go to help pay for new roads, schools, law enforcement, and other needed provisions for the county. In our series Suncoast 2037, we look at the challenges healthcare faces in our area over the next 20 years. Congressman Vern Buchanan says one solution he plans on working on while in office is bringing the costs down altogether. The newly re-elected congressman adds that the Suncoast already has quality health care, but believes those services are just too expensive for those who need it.
We're going to have to find a way the community can pick up more of the responsibility locally, in my opinion. But I think also if we can bring in more competition, I think that's a good thing. Also be able to sell over state lines, because right now many states in the country have one provider. That's not good, because you're going to end up paying a much bigger premium than you should.
Buchanan also says he hopes to see more local affordable housing in the future, enabling people to work closer to their jobs and not having to travel as far.
The Salvation Army of Sarasota will use a generous gift to help the area's homeless population. A Longboat Key resident giving $2.5 million to the organization for its Quality of Life by Choice program. That program is aimed at helping the homeless find permanent housing by providing a caseworker and connecting the homeless with outside agencies. The program hopes to find housing for 365 homeless people here on the Suncoast. Although Thanksgiving is still around the corner, Santa Claus is coming to town a little bit early this year.
He's actually setting up shop right here in Sarasota. The Santa Flight Academy opening today at the mall at University Town Center. The kids will be working as cadets for Santa and become part of his flight crew. They're partnered with elves, and together they get Santa's sleigh ready to deliver gifts all over the world. Also new this year for the Academy is the innovative use of technology.
Everything is personalized, so you come to the set, you enter your name, and you get a flight badge which has your photo on it, and then as you enter the flight badge, you insert your flight badge and your name comes up, and the set welcomes the child by name. They then go to the flight simulator and they get a suit fitted to them.
At the end of the adventure, the kids will have a chance to go inside a 22-foot tall sleigh for an enchanted snowfall dance party and meet the Jolly Man himself. Flight Academy will be open until Christmas Eve. Pre-registration is highly recommended due to high demand, because as you can see, those lines for Santa get long. So I say, even though it is kind of early, maybe do it earlier to avoid all those lines later. And happening today throughout the weekend, the sands of Siesta Key Beach will be just a little bit extra beautiful.
If that is possible.
Right.
The annual Siesta Key Crystal Classic is now underway. The competition brings sand sculptors from all over the world to create masterpieces.
And that's where we find ABC7's Adam Cellini. He is joining us right in the middle of that competition on Siesta Key. And Adam, the weather, perfection.
It is an absolute gorgeous day for this opening day for the Siesta Key Crystal Classic. Beautiful. Depending on your taste, you could either be shirtless out here or wearing a sweater. I'm sure you'd be comfortable in both. I'm standing by the welcoming sculpture here. We got ABC7 well represented in one area, along with several other local sponsors. And since it is Veterans Weekend, there is another sculpture near the entrance, bald eagle, American flag, celebrating our veterans for this event. Now, 14 duos are here. Duos of artists are here competing in this year's Crystal Classic. They come from countries like the U.S., Canada, Czech Republic, and Netherlands. Organizers are expecting about 40,000 spectators to come over the 4-day event. Just an absolute ton. They say they're doing it bigger and better every single year. Some of the events here for people this year include live music of a bunch of local bands, some beer, of course, 60 vendors lining this sculpture competition, and a new interactive feature for kids and even adults, if they want to, learning how to do sand sculpting themselves.
We have great bands today, you can hear in the background, and Saturday and Sunday, but we have a new event called the Learning Curve, and it is for kids of many ages, shall we say, where they will have the opportunity to learn all about the great sand that's here on Siesta Beach.
Admission to get around some of these sculptures is $10 for adults, $5 for children. Going to some of the vendors is completely free. They will crown a champion on Sunday, but the event runs through Tuesday for the second straight year. They're just going to leave the sculptures out here. Anyone who wants to see them can come by on Tuesday. For now, live on Siesta Beach, Adam Cellini, back to you in the studio.
Lots of fun. Thank you, Adam. And coming up next, it's that time of the week again, a preview of what local teams are looking to take a big win on Football Friday night.
Plus, meteorologist Steve Newman will be back. You'll have the official Suncoast forecast for the weekend ahead.
And later, it is past, present, and future all showcased in one spot. The latest exhibit NASA has opened to pay tribute to some of their most famous astronauts.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
It's the first week of the high school football postseason, and 8 area teams will play tonight.
ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo joins us live from Riverview High School, where the Rams are looking for the school's first postseason win in more than a decade. Dwayne?
Well, good afternoon, Scott and Haley. If there was ever a great night for high school football weather-wise, this would be it. Our game of the week, the Riverview Rams take on a team from Orlando, the 6-3 Olympia Titans. The first meeting between, well, actually, these teams have never met before, actually. And even more important, the Rams have a chance to win a playoff game for the first time since 2004. Scott, I know you remember the epic matchup where the Rams beat the Sailors 23-0 in a regional final. And the Rams looking for a similar outcome in this one. All season, the Rams have just been killing it, with their only loss coming against Palm Harbor in Pinellas County. Coach Todd Johnson trying to pick up his first postseason win, and the talented group of players that he has may give the team a shot. Johnson's offense circles around running back Ali Boyce, who has surpassed the 1,000-yard rushing mark this year, and quarterback Mike Welser. But he gives an A+ to his linemen, creating room for his 2 key players. Wide receiver Vince Sellers, not to mention D lineman A.J. Franco, will play a huge role tonight. According to Johnson, the successful play in the regular season sets the tone to go far in the postseason.
You know, winning the district championship gave us a boost of confidence.
We felt like we could win this year, and to go out and do it, and for these guys to prove it on the field and beat a good Manatee football team and finish out with a 8-1 record really has given us a big boost going into the playoffs.
We haven't been in playoffs in a while, so it's great for me. It was my first time being in playoffs, so it was very exciting. Well, the home gave us an advantage, and the crowd is going to be crazy. I know that for sure.
The Manatee Hurricanes district runner-up will play Dr. Phillips in Orlando. And get this, if Manatee wins and Riverview wins, both teams will play next week for a rematch, pretty much a district rematch. Next week, undefeated Venice. Hopefully next week Venice wins, but Venice plays against South Fort Myers. Braden River at Collier County playing Gulf Coast. Undefeated Charlotte against Boca Ciega, and Southeast at South Fort Myers. I tell you what, send us your pictures at mysuncoast.com via Twitter, and also your Fan of the Week pictures. Got to send those in too, guys. Scott, Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Dwayne. And the weather, as we've been mentioning, with the sand sculpting, football, everything perfect.
Yeah, low humidity, so it's crisp football weather. It's perfect to get outside and enjoy.
I think so too. Yeah, probably the players are probably enjoying it too.
They're happy about it. Yeah.
I'm in for Bob today. He'll be back next week. We hope. We have a beautiful day in progress, a beautiful evening in progress. A few high clouds have been streaming over us from the subtropical jet stream, but it's those light northerly breezes that have made things just wonderful all day, and it's not going to change very much at all over the weekend. Currently across Florida, temperatures in the 70s for the most part. Fort Myers 78, 73 at Tampa. A few 60s up in the Panhandle. Miami coming in with 77 at this hour as well. Now across our viewing area with the low humidities, these temperatures and the feel-like conditions are just about the same as the actual mercury reading. 76 at Sarasota, Boca Grande 73. We move into northern Sarasota and Manatee County, pretty much mid and upper 70s. Siesta right at the beach there with the Sam Sculptures 76 right now. Moving down in South County and Charlotte County, temperatures mid 70s just about everywhere as well. Now, here is the key to our weather pattern. It's those light variable northerly winds that are blowing over us, and you can clearly see that subtropical jet stream bringing in high clouds to the southeastern United States, including Florida. Now, this front will eventually get here, but not really until Monday and Tuesday. So that'll leave us with these light variable northerly, northeasterly, northwesterly winds pretty much every day right on through Sunday. And these high clouds could occasionally come over, well, from time to time, but it's pretty much a sunny weekend in store for us. The radar scope sweeping all over Florida and cannot find one single shower anywhere in the Sunshine State or along the Sun Coast. Now, the tropics are beginning to calm down. We still have about 3 more weeks left in the hurricane season, officially anyway. And while it is cooling off, the jet stream, the polar jet stream, is becoming more active, as it does as we move into the winter months, blowing off the coast of Asia across the Pacific. And right now, off the coast of California and the Pacific Northwest, it's kind of cuddling this storm that will move in over the weekend, bringing them much-needed rain and mountain snow. Then the jet stream goes up into Canada, comes down in the northeastern United States. Not very strong, and it's not very high in the Arctic, so it's just bringing a cool wave, not a cold wave, to the northeast over the weekend. Temperatures cooling off overnight to about the single-digit Celsius in Canada, close to freezing, Montreal and Toronto, and then warming up tomorrow to the 30s throughout most of the northeastern United States, or at least in eastern Canada. 50 in New York City tomorrow, Chicago's high tomorrow 51. So if you've just left the north to spend the rest of the winter, that's what you're going to be experiencing, or the folks that you left behind are experiencing right now. Here's our forecast right on through the weekend, our future cast. That front will slowly drift in our direction, but look, no showers, hardly any clouds over Florida right on through Saturday and Sunday. The front will go stationary on Sunday and then generally drift southward over us, bringing us an increased chance of showers early in the week. Another cool night in progress, or in forecast. I think 57 or 58 is cool. And tomorrow sunny, and it'll stay that way all through the weekend. And that chance of showers coming in on Sunday, Monday, late Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Very slowly increasing on Monday. Here's our marine forecast. Winds northeast becoming northerly tomorrow, 5 to 10 knots. Seas 2 feet or less. Bay and inland waters will have a light chop. So here's your 7-day outlook, taking us right on through next week. There's a 50% chance of showers on Monday and Tuesday, but this weekend is going to be dry and beautiful. Scott?
Looks like it. Thank you so much, Steve. Down to Suncoast Traffic Watch. We're seeing a lot of congestion on I-75 in Sarasota, Manatee counties. Look at all the red there as you head north on the interstate at this hour. But as you go south, traffic is flowing nicely, even down into the North Board area. A lot of green on the map tonight. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, people who don't get enough sleep may drink more soda and energy drinks. That's according to a study by the University of California, San Francisco. People who said they generally slept 5 hours or less per night drank an average of 21% more sugar-sweetened beverages compared to those who sleep 7 to 8 hours per night. They also drank 33% more caffeinated sugary drinks. Researchers say it's possible that some people get caught in a vicious cycle in which their sleep habits affect their beverage choices, and their beverage choices affect their sleep. A multi-drug resistant superbug infection is spreading globally and can cause life-threatening illness in people with cystic fibrosis. In a study published in the journal Science, researchers say Mycobacterium abscessus can cause severe pneumonia and is particularly dangerous for patients with CF and other lung diseases. Because the superbug has already become resistant to many antibiotics, it's also extremely difficult to treat. Patients infected with it need 18 months or more of treatment with powerful antibiotics, and fewer than 1 in 3 cases is even cured. Still to come on your Suncoast News, President-elect Donald Trump is hiring his executive team, looking at close members that he is choosing to have with him as he transitions into the presidency. And we're not the only ones honoring our veterans today. A look at how a few countries around the world are remembering their armed servicemen and women.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dotoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
Alex Karras Lincoln's holiday sales event is here. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 15th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, November 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. Watch live cooking demonstrations from local chefs and take part in a silent auction to bid on creative prize packages that will delight any foodie or wine connoisseur. The event will feature live music by Kettle of Fish. There's free parking, and all proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. Don't miss this year's Suncoast Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, November 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Across the nation today, hundreds of ceremonies to remember and honor our veterans.
President Obama paying tribute to the nation's veterans in the laying of the wreath ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery. The president taking part in his last Veterans Day ceremony there. Later, he talked about the importance of getting our veterans the help and resources they need.
We have to keep solving problems like long wait times at the VA. We have to keep cutting the disability claims backlog. We have to resist any effort to outsource and privatize the health care we owe America's veterans.
Earlier in the day, the president held a breakfast reception and veterans and their families in the state dining room. Back in 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed legislation setting aside November 11th as the day to honor all people who have served in any U.S. war.
In New York, thousands lined the streets of Manhattan to watch the annual Veterans Day Parade. Bagpipe bands, military veterans, and floats honored those past and present who have served our country. And veterans were also honored at several events around the city, including free dinners at more than 50 restaurants.
Overseas, those who served their nation were also honored for Armistice Day, better known as Remembrance Day. Prince Harry laid a wreath at the National Memorial Arboretum in London. The memorial honors the 16,000 servicemen and women who have died on duty or as a result of terrorism since 1948. Events were also held at London's Westminster Abbey. Ceremonies will take place throughout the weekend. And in Australia, the sails of the Sydney Opera House were illuminated with red poppies to commemorate Remembrance Day. The holiday marks the day when fighting in World War I stopped in 1918. The iconic red poppies grew on the Western Front battlefields and came to symbolize the end of the war and the sacrifice of those who were lost.
Back here in Florida, NASA has opened its newest exhibit. The Heroes and Legends exhibit showcases NASA's earliest and greatest astronauts. It features a new United States Astronaut Hall of Fame, personal memorabilia, and even spacecraft and rockets from NASA's golden age of the 1960s and 70s. The grand opening was held today. 30 astronauts, 3 of them moonwalkers, attended. Today also marks the 50th anniversary of that launch. That included Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon.
Such a fascinating place to visit.
I know.
You
Anything related to NASA is just fascinating to me. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, a challenge against several voters on Anna Maria Island has been reviewed by Manatee County officials, but now those who face complaints are fighting back.
We'll also look at the special event that brought hundreds to Sarasota National Cemetery this afternoon.
The official salon of ABC 7.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Hello, I'm Jamie DiDomenico with Cool Today, Plumbing Today, and Energy Today. Here on the Suncoast, taking care of people is more than a slogan, it's a way of life. On Tuesday, November 15th, do your part and show that the Suncoast cares. Come by the Suncoast Blood Bank from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and donate one or more of these important items needed by local organizations, including a life-saving blood donation. For more details, visit suncoastcares.org. That's Tuesday, November 15th from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Suncoast Blood Bank. See you there.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation. And everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts. And 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.